Hello, everybody. So it's Saturday and it's day 11. Yes, it's day 11. And this is a topic which I know is fairly important to many of you. Metabolic disorder and weight loss and food preparation. Okay, so many people, the reasons for coming into a whole food plant-based program is because they've tried a whole lot of different programs. They've tried keto, they've tried restrictive dieting, they've yo-yoed with their weight up and down, and they just find at the end of the day, their fats, they just don't get the results they want. And I know that this is something that is very important to many people. However, I would just like to say that weight loss, obesity, is not the disease. Obesity is the symptom, okay? When you are not your ideal weight, it's not the disease itself, okay? There's something going wrong in your metabolism, there's something going wrong in your life that is causing you to keep this weight on. Okay, so what I have done is I've compiled a few videos, and there's so much out there and so much of it is really quite confusing, but I've stuck with the doctors and the people that I recommend because I believe that they talk sense, okay? If you go to some of the websites and you look at some of the people that have got all these way great ideas for losing weight, at the end of the day, they're trying to sell you something, okay? And that's a red flag straight away, okay? So one of the things is that each person's metabolism is somewhat different, and where you are at any stage can fluctuate and change. If I take myself as an example, there are times when my weight is a little bit over than what I would like it to be, and I know that because of menopause, my body is trying to adjust itself to a whole lot of things. There's other factors, I may not be getting quite as much exercise, the wintertime, the types of foods that I eat and that sort of thing. So all of these things can affect your body at any given stage. So, I mean, what we're looking at is the overall picture, okay? And how your weight is and what your metabolism is like. Now, one thing I haven't put in the notes is, your dosha type. We've got vata, pitta, and kapha. Depending on what your dosha type can also affect your metabolism. And we'll talk about that somewhat in another session, okay? But for the moment, we're looking at metabolic disorder. Now, if you see someone and they've got, in their middle age, and they've got a big tummy and all the fat is around their middle, that's a fair indication that they have metabolic disorder or metabolic syndrome. And it's a slowing down of metabolism, and it comes with a whole host of problems. Usually they get bigger, they don't feel comfortable exercising, it's harder for them to exercise, so that they stop exercising as well. And, my experience is quite a few people will start to sort of comfort feed as well. It all goes part and parcel with that. When you feel good, you get out there and you're active, you're socializing, you're eating healthier foods and that sort of thing. So it can be a bit of a spiral down. So where do we go from this? Okay, well, first of all, I think it's very important that we clean up our gut, because without having a healthy gut, we're not going to be able to adjust our metabolism. We'll also look at cleaning up your gut in other videos as well. But metabolic disorder is a major problem, and it's usually a precursor for pre-diabetes or diabetes. So it's important that we deal with it fairly early. Now, when it comes to weight loss and a whole food plant-based diet, you will have heard or you would have seen people who absolutely swear by the keto diet, and they say they lose weight and they manage their diabetes. But those diets are not diets that you can maintain your body on. They're deficient in nutrients in so many ways. And a whole food plant-based diet is a way that you can satisfy yourself and also lose weight. But it does take some work and some understanding. So, for example, you need to be nutrient rich. You need to choose foods that are high in nutrients, but maybe not so high in calories. Okay, so blueberries, very high in nutrients, not so high in calories. The other thing that you need to do is you need to have a certain amount of starches so that you feel full. You know, if you don't feel full, you know, you're going to be going back and wanting to eat more food when perhaps you shouldn't be eating at that time. You need to have a healthy range of fats. Fats are also important because fats also give you satiety. And one of the problems there is we don't have liquid fats. You can eat things like avocados and nuts, or perhaps if you're not able to eat nuts, you can eat seeds. Okay, you don't need to have a huge amount of them, but you do need them because they do give you that feeling of satisfaction. Okay, and how do we do that? Salad dressings. It's a great way. You know, you can have a couple of pieces of avocado in a salad, and then you know, maybe have some pieces of corn in it or some peas. That will give you the starches that you need, or maybe some pasta. And then you can have a salad dressing which is made from seeds or from nuts, and it has that creaminess in it. And you can add lots of herbs and spices, which will help to stimulate your metabolism as well. That's another thing. Herbs and spices are very important. You know, peppers and turmeric and all of these things, they can really speed up your metabolism. So too can teas, herbal teas, okay? It's one way to get the metabolism up and going and help you also to detox. Now, I've selected some videos for you. You don't have to watch them all at once. You can just pick them out as you like, but they're from Dr. Bernard from PCRM, and Dr. Greger, just one from him. There's also one from Mick the Vegan, which I find really good. I find Mick the Vegan a very good source of information, okay? And also Ask OG Man. So go and have a look at these and see where it takes you. If you've got any questions, just come back to me, or ask questions in the chat box below, or you can also send me messages on WeChat and we can have a chat in the immersion group, okay? So anyway, peace out from Denise.